Achievement Test 3. Listening Exercises 1 and 2.
1.
I can't say that I feel particularly optimistic when I think about the future of our planet. There's so much to worry about, and to be honest, I think that one of the biggest challenges facing us is overpopulation. While the birth rate is falling in many countries of the developed world, quite the converse is true in countries in the developing world. The implications are obvious, but unless governments introduce new policies, I can't see how anything will change. And the figures certainly point to an explosion in the not-too-distant future.
2. I agree. It's hard to have a positive outlook. I'm particularly interested in animals and animal welfare, and the state of endangered animals makes for very grim reading. Soon, animals in the wild will be a thing of the past if we're not careful. Already, we read of entire species becoming extinct, and you know what that means. When they're gone, and there's no going back. 4.
Actually, I feel pretty good about the future. If you go beyond all the scaremongering hysteria of the media, you'll find that there have been great strides forward in many areas of research, particularly with regard to finding alternative forms of energy. It's clear that oil reserves will run out at some point, so the race for new fuels is really gathering pace now. After biofuels, there will be something else, I'm sure, since I don't think that they're sustainable, and especially not if the population continues to grow at the current rate.
4.
Well, frankly, I think all these arguments are pretty academic, because if we don't have access to clean drinking water, then all life will cease anyway. Can you imagine a time when water will be a thing of the past? I predict that water will become a more valuable commodity than oil in years to come. Perhaps not in the imminent future, but certainly in the next 100 years. Global warming is heating up the planet. You can see how strange the weather patterns are now, and I can only think that there will be more droughts and therefore less water.
5.
I think pollution is our biggest challenge. I remember when the city where I lived had really clean air. Not anymore. The signs are that the deterioration in air quality is speeding up. In the winter, there is often smog so thick that you can't see a meter in front of your face. How can that be good for our long-term health? We need to take action now, in my opinion. It's not enough just to impose fines for environmental pollution. It's a case of re-education, but who's willing to get into that?
6.
All this talk of people, but I think robots and computers are bound to take over the world at some point in the future. Not in my lifetime, I don't suppose, but who knows? Technology is developing at such a fast pace that anything is possible. I have to say, I wouldn't mind having a robot to do my housework and laundry, but I do think that we are forgetting how to do even the simplest things for ourselves.